I literally told my mother that I was going to do a podcast in the middle of the night in the living room. I even have video proof.
A las 3 de la mañana, sin luces. Y voy a tener como un podcast. ¿Tú sabes los podcasts?
No sé.
Es como... No sábado gigante, pero la gorda y la flaca.
Ajá.
Pero sin luz. Pero con esas luces que tengo en mi cuarto. Con la fantasma. La fantasma va a ser mi co-host. Voy a entrevistar a la fantasma. Pero va a ser como una broma, no voy a ser como de la Ouija o nada de eso. No me voy a hacer eso.
Qué bueno, ya digo. Oh, no es la para que se
Pero eso voy a ser. Si me miras en las 3 de la mañana en la sala.
Ay, me va a pegar. Yo voy a pamear así. Uy, ahora sí me muero.
Pero no se asustas porque voy a hacer un podcast con la espíritus.
Ay, los espíritus son malos.
No va a ser de verdad, va a ser de broma.
Ajá. Sí, pero te digo, como mucha gente que invoca, y no, esos son bien malos.
Okay.
Eso es el diablo. Lo estás invocando, eso no vacila. Pero es broma, lo que hacer.
Sí, vos sé cómo es si yo estoy como la gorda y la flaca o como así de sábado gigante que vamos a hacer juegos o algo así. Pero no vos sé nada de verdad, nomás vos sé, yo la baile. Pero para que tú, mi daddy, no se asusten.
Okay.
And she decided to sleep in the living room. My unwanted guest is her. She's gonna get mad. And if she gets mad, that's on her. So I was gonna interview like a ghost. But I was like, I actually have this statue of my own face that I did, I think last year. And I actually have 3 of them. 3, just in case if you forgot how I look like. And this is her. What? Tell me your secret. It's gonna be 1 in 15 minutes. I was gonna do this by myself with me, myself, and I. However, we have a special guest. If you hear snoring, that is her. This is now her, like, what's that called? CPAP? She needs a CPAP machine. She doesn't believe me, but every time she snores, she sounds like she's gonna die. That was a lot of So anyways, this whole podcast in my brain, I wanted it to be scary, creepy. And no. It's not gonna be that. So if my phone shakes, I put it on this computer chair, which is not leveled at all. But whatever. I also don't have a microphone because I thought it was going to be quiet here today, but I guess not. I was going to be like, oh my gosh, like pretend there's like actual like a guest. Like, oh, how has it been? I haven't seen you in a year. Watch this bitch move. I'll leave. I fucking will leave. Like, I wouldn't even say a one word. I'm gone. Absolutely no. I have a microphone, but I just need the dongle or whatever so it could connect to it. It's like the wireless Rode one. I honestly could talk very loudly and she would not wake up. As I say that, she wakes up. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna be the live audience, and you're honestly killing it. That's why I'm so relaxed and I'm sleepy. I hope it picks up the snoring. If not, at the end, I'm gonna take some snoring and I'm just gonna like add it in, like as in crickets. Also, I swear you guys better be able to hear that. Also, the end of the last podcast, my first one, like it just like abruptly cut off, and I added on about like we're doing a group piss on November 17th, I think at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have no idea who these people are. Just saw it on TikTok, put it on my little calendar that we are gonna do a group piss. And I never felt so understood in my whole life. So anyways, today I'm just gonna tell stories about my mother because she decided to be my unofficial guest. So one day I got a splinter on my foot, right? And I could not for the life of me take it out. And it was like deep in there. And my mom, she would, okay, this is where it started. For some reason, the only way to distract me, she would be like, Jessica, look at the clock. It's making a face. Technically, she's not wrong. The clock does have a face. It is making a face. So she is not wrong. But my little dumb brain was like, excuse me, what? Look over as I am distracted to see what this face of a the face of a clock is doing. At that moment, she'll grab the needle and the tweezer, like, so I was a dumb child, as you can tell. She literally told me when I was older, she's like, I literally had to change my whole parenting strategy because you were not understanding anything. I'm like, okay. And I don't understand that. Like, I turned out really well. I have, like, many faces. Imagine she freaking bites me, like, oh my gosh. Also, I try to do little doodles in the last one. I don't have a stylist, a little pen stylist. I have a Wacom tablet, the ones that you draw on, and you connect it to your laptop or desktop, whatever you have. But the thing is, I broke my laptop. No idea how I did that. I honestly think it died of old age. It's like a dinosaur trying to like come back from life, So, and I don't have the patience for that. It works technically, like it will turn on, do the things, but I have to be so patient. That day, if I have to use my laptop for some weird reason, I'll mentally prepare myself, like, okay, we are going to drink coffee, zen it out, and we're gonna love our laptop. But even with that, I can't. So I've been editing and all that stuff on my phone. So if it looks like shit, that is why. I'm also recording on my phone too, because if I record on my cameras, I will have to use my laptop, which is, I can't because my patience is so thin. I also, to get into the spirits, I get possessed. I did like a TikTok, so hopefully I could probably add it here. A family stands in horror as they watch their CCTV cameras, and this is what showed up.
Right there, yeah. No. Let's see.
A figure can be seen standing outside of their living room window.
Just is it the whole body, but like a distance. It's black, but with the white shadow. Yeah.
Nah, just kidding. It was me.
Or if not, then go to my TikTok, self promo. To like that one person that's actually watching this, I love you. One individual, which is probably going to be my mother, but she doesn't know what I'm saying because I'm not talking in Spanish, so it's probably going to just be background noise, you know? So there's that. Hopefully I could play it like right here. If not, then it's fine. I tried to scare my uncle, and because he's very like, I'm not scared of shit. I don't know if he's like that, but in my mind he is like that. And I wanted to scare him so bad. So I was at their house, well, their other house, and there's like a security camera that's kind of like the side of their house, and his daughter, my cousin, we were like, well, it was mainly me. I was the one that was kind of being like, let's try to scare your dad. Let's try to make a creepy video. I'm honestly the worst guest ever. I'm sorry. So I tried to scare my uncle because he loves to look at the security cameras, and I wanted to kind of spook him, but I'm dumb and I didn't know where the camera was, so you could just literally see me walking around like a freaking lunatic, and then like just see me like kind of act like an entity. I don't know. Entity. I was a figure, and there's that. I also wanted to put googly eyes on my nephews and niece, but they woke up way before I did because I fell asleep really late last night, and obviously they're responsible little humans and they sleep at a proper time. So obviously they woke up earlier than me, and I was not prepared at all. So today, hopefully, I'm going to go to their houses, break in. Now imagine. I'm gonna go into their houses, scare everyone. Don't tell my sisters. I will just go. No, they know. So I'm gonna go over there, put googly eyes on their faces. And my nephew threw like a napkin at me today. I was livid. No, I'm kidding. But I was like, revenge. I need revenge. I need to bring honor to my family. Honestly, I'm like talking pretty loud because my phone is further away. I need to buy the dongula or whatever it's called. And she's still out there catching some Z's. Look at that. I really hope you could hear her. I kind of got her face, but I don't want to do her like that. Like, I don't care if I look like a piece of shit. I will look so disgusting, like garbage. You know when you look so ugly? Like, okay, I don't know how to describe this, but I will look so shitty, right? I'll look so garbage shitty, out greasy, haven't bathed or anything. But my confidence level will be through the roof. I have no idea why. When I feel and look like shit, confidence, sky high. I have no idea why that is. I hope it's like a phenomenon, and I'm not the only one that's like, I have to wear my ugly piece of shit clothes so I could feel confident. What was another thing I want to talk about? Okay, so when I was driving, back home, yeah, man, I know. She already knows what I'm gonna say. So when I was driving back home, there's like, I noticed that people get like welcome home, and then they'll put like their family last name on it, like home of the Smiths or Whites or whatever, why do you want to publicize who lives there? Right? I don't know, because I think, like, if you want someone, I don't know, I just don't want to be found. I don't want to be an advertisement, like, here's my this is everyone in my family, we all live here. Oh, welcome, come on in. No, do not come in. Unless that family is also like sadistic, murderous family, that they have like a white picket fence, everything beautiful. They're like, this is the house of the Whites or the Smiths or whatever, and then so they get targeted. Someone robs them, then the robbers become now the victims, and they have to get Stockholm syndrome, and then 20 years from now they're gonna be released into the wild once again, and then they're like, wait, are they my friends or were they my kidnappers? What's happening? Because if I was honestly a murderous, sadistic family, I would do that. I'll put like, welcome, 100%. Will put, don't do that. A PSA, don't do that. Don't be evil, you know? If I could stand for something, I hope it stands for not being a murderous, sadistic person, you know? I feel that's not good. Also, you know when I said like, oh, imagine I get possessed at this very moment. I remember another thing that my mother did. I one time asked her, she's a very godly woman. I asked her one time, I was like, hey, would you help me if I got possessed? And she said, absolutely not. No. I'm like, could you at least tell someone that I'm possessed? She's like, no, I'm leaving. Like, okay, all right, fair enough. I found your boundary, I'll respect it. So if I'm possessed, I know where not to go. To you. If this is honestly such a shit show, I will probably have to re-record this. I also found the actual TikTok. Okay. I actually found the TikTok that I was talking about in the first episode of this podcast that doesn't have a name. And I'll put their, like, the little screenshots here. Hopefully I'll remember. Oh my gosh. The reason why I don't care how I look like or the setup, or honestly, there's a person that's sleeping right here that is snoring so loud. God bless. I love you. But I told you I was gonna do this. I'm talking like normally, and she's just snoring louder than me. Like, she wants to be my unofficial guest. But back on topic, I'm trying to do the whole topic thing. The reason why I don't think it's important words, am I right? Anyways, I'm gonna start that sentence all over again because I kind of like lost my train of thought. So when I watch podcasts on YouTube, I noticed that a lot of people put a lot of effort into production value and all that stuff. But the thing about podcasts, it's supposed to be autoimmune disorder. No, an audio. Stop. Audio recording, and that is it, right? A podcast. But now everybody's like making it like a whole production, and I think it's great. It's beautiful. I love that for you. But what happened to like just doing it on your own? just being rogue and shit. I kind of miss that when people were like, fuck it, let's just do it. But now everybody has like a studio, a background, actual silent room, lights. I put like my little lights on over there. I swear, if I have to re-record this, or I probably am gonna go through this, take out the parts that are the loudest, or I'll try to do something. But if not, I'm just gonna redo it again, and then hopefully I will come back, do episode 3, and hopefully episode 3 I could tell like kind of like spooky stories, have like myself as a guest, and then hopefully by then I would have my microphone set up so I don't have to yell and fight for quiet silencio. Dude, my next podcast is going to be in my legit closet so nobody could disturb me. Also, I was so excited today because I take a shower and the knob to turn it on, like to the heat or to turn it actually on, that thing broke last year and I never got it fixed because I didn't care enough to get it fixed. Like at the moment when I'm taking a shower, I'm like pissed because I have to use like this wrench thing to turn it on. Like if I'm opening up a fucking steam door, you know, like those, just to turn on the shower. I have like, I call it my prison shower, but I feel like prisoners have better water mechanisms, like levers or knobs. So I will show you the video of that, and then I'll show you the video of me disappointed because I was so hyped about like, oh, I got the right part, but then it wasn't, and now I'm upset. Ignore the hair, but this is what I've been fucking showering with. I call this prison shower. I was kind of cleaning it. I gave up midway through because I wanted to show you, but ignore that. I was cleaning. Oh my god, this is what I used to turn it on and turn it off for a fucking year. Ignore that. I'm fucking cleaning. Anyways, but I finally got one. You might ask, why did you suffer like that for a year for no reason? Because I forget. I fucking forget. And every time I take a shower, I'm like, oh, don't forget to buy one. And then I still don't fucking buy one. And it was the wrong piece. So I'm still gonna take a shower with a fucking, I don't even know what that is. Oh well, this is my prison shower, or like a abandoned building shower. I don't know. I think abandoned building. Like it's just stole water and electricity from the house next door. Kind of a vibe. I honestly should do an ASMR of my mom just snoring. It's like snoring. Come snore with me. Come snore with me. Let's snore away. Dun, 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 dun. No, she did not wake up. I thought she did. She did not. So another thing that I wanted to talk about was that I have like a small interest in cooking again. Not cooking, baking. I meant baking. Fuck cooking. I barely like food. So I kept ordering, I only ordered it like twice, crumble cookies. And I'm not really much of a sweet fan, but Crumble Cookies app is fucking garbage. I hate it. It's garbage. Every time I order ahead, and then I'm like, all right, I gave them an hour or something, and I'm still in line, and I'm the second person in line on the app. And then I'm like, all right, it's fine. And 2 hours later, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go out into the actual store. Like, come on, like, are Are they buying the ingredients? What's going on? So I go over there and I'm like, hey, I'm here for my pickup order. And they're like, and you did not order. And I'm like, yes, the fuck I did. Here's my little receipt shit. And then they're like, oh, okay. And then they had it ready less than a freaking minute. They're like, oh, go stand in the corner. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go stand in the corner. And they're like, oh, for Jessica. And I'm like, it's me. And I'm all like, I forget about my anger because I have my cookies. And then today I did it again. I ordered it ahead of time. This time I had my sister go pick it up because I wasn't nearby. And I was like, hey, it says it will be done at noon. You have like, you could do it at the end of your whatever she was doing, shopping, back to school shopping. And she gets there, I want to say like an hour later than so she got there like at 1 or 1:15. The cookies weren't there, and she had the same exact experience, just like, you didn't order anything, aka me. She was like, yes, yes I did, but she was pretending to be me, but whatever. And she showed her like the little order number and everything like that. They're like, oh, okay. And they always give you that attitude. I don't know why they always fucking give you that attitude. I'm just like, damn, bitch, I just wanted cookies. And I thought if I ordered it on the app, it wouldn't even be a big deal. I thought it was honestly being like considerate. Like, oh, let me just order this ahead of time so they could get the people in the store already, and then they have my shit already in the corner, ready to go eventually. So now I have like kind of like this weird hatred to crumble cookies. I don't know. It's just shit show. So I want to bake my own fucking cookies, and I always say this, but I always rage quit. You know how people rage quit on Elder Ring or freaking, games, right? I rage quit when I'm baking. I have no joy in it. It brings me nothing. I get pissy. If someone is near me in the kitchen, I'm fighting them. They could just be getting a little cup of water. I'm like, what are you doing here? What are you doing in my fucking turf, bitch? I have no idea why. It's like all of a sudden, I'm like in a battle. Like, what the fuck do they mean by this? Add a little bit of salt. What kind of salt? Sea salt. I'm like, son of a bitch. I don't have that. I have table salt. It just like, honestly, baking brings me like hatred. I get so angry. But every year, I always like, do I like baking? I think I miss baking. And then while I'm doing it, I'm like, I hate this. I want to like I kind of just like want to like break everything. So one time I was trying to make cinnamon rolls, but the dough was still goopy and it wouldn't stay. I don't know what I did wrong. Obviously it was my fault, but I like to blame the inanimate objects. But I just grabbed the whole fucking pan and threw it away. I could not. I was like, I can't do this. I don't know how Martha Stewart does this or whoever fucking bakes. I don't know. And then cooking, I don't even fucking like food. I don't know. Oh, and then also the end of the other podcast, I was talking about how I moved my birthday on Thanksgiving now because everybody else is already usually everyone has availability because like, oh, Thanksgiving and all that jazz. I don't like Thanksgiving. I never cared for food. I don't like the whole history of it. Obviously it's pretty fucking bad, so I'm just gonna move my birthday on it so we could just skip Thanksgiving and just celebrate my birthday. And now I'm a Sagittarius. We will be eating cupcakes. I don't like any of the food either. Also, what was another thing that happened at the other podcast? I already talked about the group piss, my birthday, that I changed it. I'm a Sagittarius now, and there's no format here. If you're looking for actual educational or anything uplifting, this is not the podcast for you. Literally any other podcast will be better. Thank you. That was my TED Talk. Okay, now I'm gonna get closer to the beast.